WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents.
Here comes Alex Turin, left side. Turin with it, gets around a man in front. He shoots, save, rebound, score! Jake Champagne gets the rebound. And just like he did yesterday, he gives Missouri State the 1-0 lead.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Here's Anderson working again. Now Brown with it. Brown gets it in low to Turin. Turin looking to Hoagland in front. Swiped away from him. 2:23 to go. 18 seconds remaining in the power play. Anderson to Brown. He fanned on it. And Kovacic couldn't pick it up. To Turin. Better angle to Anderson. He shoots. It's blocked, and Anderson has to chase. Turin will bring it into the corner. Breaks free down the right side. In front to Brown. Scores!
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from the Edge Ice Arena East in Bensonville, Illinois, it is Missouri State hockey as the Ice Bears will face the Illinois State University RedBirds. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Alex Somm tonight, and boy, is it a much better game. What a difference 24-hour makes. I mean, a game plan for Alec and I, because we're set up, we're ready to go, and everything should be good for this hockey game here tonight. Missouri State looking good. We traveled out and went to go see the Bean in downtown Chicago. Had a lot of fun there and took the subway. A lot of good experiences for these players, but they are itching and ready to go here for game number 2 of the Robert Morris University Showcase. The Ice Bears yesterday with a 7-1 win, and a couple of goals from players who have been itching to get goals. Spencer Sallenbach, his second, started things off for Missouri State. And then the guy that, he just kind of keeps things going, Nikita Salnikov. And the one thing about Salnikov that you have to like is just with ease how he gets down between players and scores. In Missouri State, of course, with a big 2-0 lead thanks to Nikita there. The Ice Bears, again, pour it on as they throw more goals in, with Barrett getting his 7th, O'Brien also getting his 7th. That's the part of the B line that I like to call. And Andrew Kovacic, a guy that the Ice Bears are really going to miss after this season. But Andrew Kovacic gets a nice one, a slapper from the high slot. The Ice Bears were taking all sorts of advantage yesterday with the Colonials goaltender in Missouri State. Ends up finally putting on a couple of more goals after Sasha Perron picks up his first goal of the season, and picking up where he left off, Hunter Cooley, his 6th goal also for Missouri State. 7-1 the final score. The Ice Bears do get a win out of Brendan Schuck, the starting goaltender, and his goals against average still under 2. And that's the thing about Missouri State. All 3 goaltenders. You'll see Brady Griffin in tonight. He has a 1.40 goals against average in 4 games, a .949 save percentage. He does have 1 goose egg. And Brendan Schuck with his win yesterday with a 9.92 goals against average this season. And Bailey Stevens will also be a backup. He will play tomorrow, and a 1.9, did I say 9.92? I meant 1.92 for Brendan Schuck. And then Bailey Stevens, 9.98 goals against average. So the Ice Bears doing very well defensively, and they are hoping to keep things going and get that first goal. It was very important for Missouri State yesterday to get that first goal by Sallenbach, and they just cruised along. They will face the Illinois State University RedBirds. First time of 3 meetings this season for Missouri State. The next home games that the Ice Bears have, December, that's a new month there, December 7th and 8th. Missouri State will host Illinois State University, the RedBirds, and that'll be the next home series for the Ice Bears. For Illinois State University, they will have Corey Wasilski, and Wasilski is 0-5 with a 5.30 goals against average and a .986 save percentage. The Ice Bears will have to watch out for a couple of players. Corey Schwartz, 8 goals, 6 assists, and Micah Young with 3 goals, along with Robert Collada, 6 goals and 1 assist, and then Chris Jablonski, 3 and 1, along with Adam Howley, 3 goals and 6 assists. Those are the guys that are putting the puck in the net right now for Illinois State University. We are moments away from getting this game underway. They are going to be doing the national anthem. We do not have a PA feed, or are they introducing the lineups? Looks like they're introducing the starting lineups. Unfortunately, we don't have a PA feed. We will try to get that hooked up for you by the first period intermission. Can tell you Brennan Anderson starting for Missouri State, along with Chris Brown, Nikita Salnikov, and the top line of Andrew Kovacic and Hunter Cooley. For Illinois State, looks like starting will be Mike Cavanaugh. And I believe Anthony Corcoran, along with Jacob Ambrostat, Matthew Reish, and Mika Young. Those are the five that will start for Illinois State. So it looks like we're just about ready to get going here. You would think I would be completely ready, but apparently that's not the case. The officials for today's game: J.R. Strangar is the referee, Jeff Pachola and Haley Yates are the linesmen. And we are moments away from this second showcase game here on Web Sports Radio. Thanks for joining us. Ice Bears will be skating this time from the near to the far, and from the far to the near it will be the Redbirds. And quickly the Ice Bears get a shot in, and it'll be saved immediately by Wasilewski. It'll go down back in the right wing corner. Ice Bears work it to Kovacic. Andrew Kovacic has it, but it's flipped away and hits the ceiling, so the faceoff will come from the point of where it was flipped, unless it was an Ice Bear player. And it looks like it's going to stay inside the zone. Okay. Faceoff inside the zone. To the right of Wasilewski. Grabbed off the faceoff by Ryan Glennon. Brought out to center ice off the stick of Mika Young. All the way down to the Missouri State zone. Stopped there by Brady Griffin. He'll flip it over to the corner past the referee, and it's out to center ice. Set right back up, and the Ice Bears, Anderson had it go off of his stick. Sent down in. Chris Brown thought about with a swipe check, but didn't do it. Good thing he didn't. Puck is cleared out to center ice by Kovacic. First line change for both teams. Anderson had it momentarily, intercepted by the Ice Bears, and on the knees it's broken up, and a shot just missed wide, as on his knees was the Ice Bears' Brian Schumacher, and then the putback was sent wide by Collada. Now Schumacher once again. He'll work it out of his own zone. Quickly gets it up to center. Now the beeline on. Zane O'Brien, left side, centers it up the middle, broken up, taken away by the Redbirds. They will clear it to the corner, off of the hand of Collada, and intercepted by Missouri State. Ice Bears get it out of harm's way in front of their bench, flip it off the boards too far for Travis Barrett. Set right back in the Missouri State zone. Icing will be the call. So with 18:20 remaining in the period, icing brings it back into the Redbird zone. Face-off is to the right of the goaltender, Wasilewski. 6'3", 190 out of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Covers a lot of the net. Puck banged off the boards at center, intercepted by the Redbirds, and they're going to shoot it in and complete their line change. Full sail change for Illinois State. Here come the Ice Bears. Schumacher. Lead pass broken up momentarily. Ice Bears have it again, and a great play, making a huge effort to keep it out of the hands of a couple of Redbirds, was Zane O'Brien. Sent right back to the Missouri State zone. 3 chase for the Ice Bears, but it's picked up and grabbed by Chris Jablonski. Intercepted though and stays in though. Jablonski gives it over to the right side, a drive in, and it's held on to by Griffin. This one came off the stick of Andrew Van Dyke, the assistant captain out of Elmhurst. 1 goal, 3 assists for the forward. Face off, and as we've got Brady Griffin talking to the officials about something, probably about him pushing off the net. It's probably what the issue is. Ice Bears win the draw. Held in though. Passed over by Jablonski. Look to the corner by Van Dyke. Now to the right side. Van Dyke will grab it. Andrew Van Dyke up the middle, sends it all the way around to the far side. Adam Howley had it, and it will be Missouri State and Carson Warnig just to get it out to center ice. Shot right back in. Derek Smith wraps his man around, and it's cleared out to center. Line change for Illinois State. No score here in the first period. Sent all the way down. Helped into the far corner by Griffin, and it's out to center, and Carson Warnig will come back in the Missouri State zone, and he'll get it set up. Lead pass, cleared out to center. Now across the line, works it into the zone, and an opportunity for Alex Rubin. Rubin, 5 goals, 3 assists. He did get an apple in yesterday's game. Now behind the net once again for Rubin. Stepping in front of him is Ryan Glennon. Glennon's pass to the corner. Ice Bears hold it in. Taken away. Here's a 2-on-2. Maybe a 3-on-2 developing for the Redbirds. Matthew Reish. Reish gives it up behind to Jacob Amberstadt. And now we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. And what do we have here? A hand pass? That will do it. So we'll bring it outside. Official J.R. Stragar said that. 16:11 to go in the period. And no score. Well, by this time yesterday, Missouri State was almost close to having a 2-0 lead over Robert Morris. Robert Morris, Pennsylvania, that is. Puck to the far side. Ice Bears kick it, but it goes right up the middle. Intercepted, grabbed by Connor Richards. Spun around, and it's out to center. This is going to be an icing call, and did not reach the goaltender. Otherwise, it would have been waved off. But icing will send it back in the Missouri State end. They are keeping shots today, so we have unofficially 1 shot each. A little bit better setup for us today. When I get a chance, I'll see if I can send you our setup that we had yesterday. It was a crazy situation. Puck stolen, goes off the side of the net as Richards got that for Illinois State. Now Richard chases his own pass. Intercepted, though. The Ice Bears have it off the boards, and it'll be Shane Thornton to grab it. Came from the Ice Bears Division 3 team, that is, a couple of years ago, now playing Division 1. Blast in, and a big save there, as getting that one was Matt Matty. We come the other way. Ice Bears have it broken up for a split second. Double team. Now a shot sails high and wide off the captain, Robert Collato's stick. Puck to the point, intercepted by the Ice Bears. They'll bring it out to center ice. Hunter Saunders does, and sends it all the way down to Missouri State with a full sail change. Puck flipped back in by Kovacic and dropped all the way down. Ice Bears have the number 1 line on. Andrew Kovacic, Nikita Salnikov, and Hunter Cooley. All 3 figured with goals in yesterday's game. Now the Ice Bears with possession. Still trying to get something going. It'll be intercepted and taken away by Andrew Van Dyke. Lead pass out of the Redbirds zone. Goes to the corner to Mika Young and sent right back in, and the Redbirds will set it up. Bring it all the way down to the Missouri State zone. No icing. Stopped there by Griffin. Puck cleared off to the corner. Ice Bears in front of their own bench. They'll set it up with 14:17 to go in the period and no score. Flipped all the way down to Nikita Salnikov. He's out of the corner, trying to look for somebody in front. Double teamed. Now the pass is intercepted briefly by Jablonski. Puck cleared to the point, held in, shot to the far side. Now taken away, cleared out by Van Dyke, and all the way down. Here's a break. Coming in is Adam Housley. He gets stopped up. The Ice Bears intercept it. They're going to move in front of their own net, does Kovacic, and he'll set things up. Andrew Kovacic, 11 goals, 8 assists, 3 power play goals, and 2 game-winning goals. Puck's in all the way down to the Illinois zone. Or Illinois State, that is. RedBirds with it, but it's cleared to the point, held in by the Ice Bears. Beeline on now. That's Jordan Bratton who holds it in. Gets it around to the near side boards, and the Ice Bears still with possession. It's at neutral ice now as they try to catch the bouncing puck, taken away by the RedBirds. They'll flip it up to the near side boards from the far side now, and it's intercepted by Missouri State. All the way down and cleared back into the RedBirds' end. Ryan Glennon got an assist in yesterday's 4-1 win over Robert Morris, Illinois. Puck is sent into the Ice Bears zone for an icing. Face-off would come back down to the Missouri State, or to the Illinois State end of the ice. 13:10 remaining in the period. 2-1 are the shots in favor of Missouri State at this point. Face-off in the Illinois State zone. It's won by the Ice Bears. Anderson with a drive from the left side, shot and missed. Out to center. Anderson will chase it in his own zone. Anderson is there, and he's able to flip it out in front of the racing Trevor Hansen. Now puck to the corner, out to center ice, across the line, shots misses wide as Travis Barrett got that shot. Now Anderson to hold it in, left side to the right side. Across the ice is Barrett to keep it, but taken away by Nolan Jestat, and it's out to center ice. Flipped all the way down into the Missouri State zone, and as it's flipped all the way to the far side, the Ice Bears will break. Quickly, they get it out to center ice, deflected away from Anthony Corcoran. They'll go back into his own zone for the RedBirds and set things up. Line change for the Ice Bears. They do complete that change, and it's swung all the way down to the Missouri State end on the far side. Near side boards now. Anderson will set things up. Missed last weekend against the Colorado teams. Upper body injury. Puck comes in, and the Ice Bears will keep it. Alex Rubin with a drive save. Rebound goes over to Maddie. Maddie played last season for Adrian College, had 4 goals and 1 assist. Puck comes all the way down into the Missouri State zone, and it comes right up the middle. Drive missing wide as Jablonski was the recipient of Van Dyke's pass, and he missed it to the left side. Ice Bears getting lucky on that opportunity there for the RedBirds. Puck is cleared out to center all the way down. Do we get an icing? No, waved off. No icing, and Missouri State will try to keep it in the zone. They're going to work it. Now shot missing wide once again, and we get it deflected up and out of play. 11:20 to go in the period, and no score here. At the Edge 2 Ice Arena, the East Rink. Tomorrow's game will be on the West Rink. That'll be against Robert Morris, Illinois. So we will have a little better advantage for you, I believe. Though, Alec, I don't remember. Is there, I think there's a column. There's a post column right where we're going to film. So we'll have to figure out how to get a better opportunity of a vantage point for you as the puck is deflected out of play in the RedBird zone. Face-off will stay inside the zone. 11:09 remaining in the period. Shots now are 2 apiece, at least unofficially on the scoreboard. Play is won. Ice Bears will hold it in. They'll drop it behind the net. Looking for an opportunity, Sasha Perron. He got his first goal in yesterday's game. It was really a nice tip in front. Now puck to the corner. Near side boards, it's out to center, and a flip in, and chasing it is Ambrostat. Goaltender comes out, and luckily it deflected, and instead of going right to a RedBird, it deflected off a skate and went the opposite way. And the Ice Bears dodge a bullet. Not now, though. Puck stolen right out in front. Drive missed. Ambrostat, as Young stole the puck, and Ambrostat missed right in front, and the Ice Bears twice now have been lucky in the first period. This could have been at least a 2-0 lead for Illinois State. Puck is flipped up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the RedBird zone after it was flipped up and out. So the Ice Bears, with some tense moments as the puck was stolen right behind the net. We'll take a look at that one if we can. Just a tough situation for Missouri State, as right behind the net, and a just missing wide. And Ice Bears just really hope that does not continue. Play is out to center after the draw. Carson Warnick will send it back in. No score here. Missouri State comes in at 14-2-2. They have an overtime loss and an overtime shootout loss. Here comes Kovacic, left side across the line. Cooley is there to tip it, and a good save there by Wasilewski. With the win yesterday for Illinois State, 4-1 over Robert Morris, Illinois, they are 3-9-1 this season. The road has been a little better for them at 3-7. Make that actually 2-7. And here they come again. Shot that's partially deflected, saved by Griffin, and it's cleared out to center. The Ice Bears have a 3-on-1. Kovacic to lead it. Now over to Cooley. Cooley left side, right side. Kovacic drive, save, rebound, and it's moved out to center. Ice Bears were changing. Now here is Howley. Gets it blocked off the side of the goaltender, Griffin, and the puck decided to go behind the net. It was flipping up like it was going over him, and it went behind the net. Now here's Solnikov with a drive and a blocker save into the corner by Waluski. End-to-end action with no score. The Edge 2 Ice Arena on the East Rink. Steve Casson, Alex Somm, thanks for joining us. Alec, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but maybe it's an indoor activity. It was extremely cold yesterday. Puck to the corner. It is flipped out to center. Now here come the Ice Bears again. Racing hard was Jordan Bratton, and he couldn't catch up to it. Ice Bears still have it. They keep it in the zone. Brown with a shot in, save Waluski, and he's going to hold on. 8:32 remaining. Shots are 5 each. Here in this period. Off the draw again. Ice Bears win it, but they're going to have to retreat and set it up. Brown will flip it in. No icing. Move to the far side. Actually stopped there behind the net, and the Ice Bears intercept. Another shot, this time by Travis Barrett. O'Brien sends it up to Barrett. We're going to get a penalty, and it goes against Missouri State. First penalty of the game, it's interference. And the Ice Bears will go on the penalty kill. So the first power play. And the RedBirds will take it. It goes against Barrett here in the first period. So on the power play, the RedBirds 8 for 44, 16.4%. They have allowed 2 shorthanded goals. The Ice Bears on the penalty kill 90%. They've only allowed 8 for 80, and immediately off the draw they kill the puck and send it all the way down. So a very, very good penalty kill unit for Missouri State. Their power play is actually improved. The Ice Bears have a 24.7% power play when it was nothing. You couldn't even buy a McDonald's burger with the Ice Bears power play early in the season. Puck to the corner, and they're not our sponsor either. Puck down below. It'll work by Corey Schwartz. Schwartz is a big kid. 5'11", 230 out of Wooddale. Now Schwartz with it again. Moves it to the corner. Comes to the left side. Swung around by Sarnicki. It's off the back of the net, and the net is dislodged once again. The nets here, unlike at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, Missouri, where the Ice Bears play, they are drilled in. They have the rubber, just like the NHL, drilled in with the rubber pegs, but not here. It's the tiny little metal ones that barely hold into the ice, and when the goaltenders try to push off, they're obviously used to it at Mediacom. They don't have to worry, but not here. Puck 1, now with 1 minute remaining in the power play. Sent all the way down. Redbirds will have control. It's Ambrostat. Moves it to the corner. Now to the left side. Spinning it around off a Corcoran stick. He has it again. Corcoran down the middle. Shot saved. Good save through traffic by Griffin, and it's cleared on the fly and hits the glass at the back behind the net where Waluski is. Now the Redbirds bring it across the line into the zone, and with 30 seconds remaining, the Ice Bears clear it to the corner. Held in though, hit the referee's skates. Ambrostat give it to the left side, or the right side actually, to Kavanaugh. Jablonski had it. It cleared to the line and held in by Corcoran. Sent around, and finally it is cleared by Missouri State and sent all the way down by Derek Smith. His last goal was against Maryville. That was the beginning of the season, and Derek Smith has 1 goal and 2 assists, and he's kind of looking for something now. But of course, more of a defensive defenseman, and he's fine with that. Power play has 2 seconds. It has expired, and the Ice Bears have successfully killed off another penalty. Here is Carson Warnick. He is being chased by Micah Young, and the Ice Bears will set it up with Solnikov. Back of his own zone. Flip it up. Now with 5:54 to go in the first period and no score. Puck is driven all the way down to the Missouri State end. Icing will be the call. Brought back into the Illinois State end of the ice. Last check, Missouri State's Division III team is winning. They're over at the Johns Street rink. There are 3 rinks here. John Street is about a block or so away, literally across the field. And then the 2 rinks here, the west and the east. Play in the Missouri State zone. Anderson, captain for the Ice Bears, one of them at least, gives it over to Solnikov. Off of his stick and out to center ice to Cooley. Here comes Hunter Cooley across the line. Blocked down, and it is Kovacic with it. To the right side to Anderson. He waits, he shoots, and just at the last minute, a blocker save. Rebound comes right through the crease. Ice Bears try to work it again. They move it to the top, and it's intercepted, though, taken away by the Redbirds. Sent in by Young. And it hits the netting, so the faceoff is going to come outside. It'll come outside the zone after hitting the netting, and we will probably face it off at center ice. That's the closest face-off dot from the point of the shot, and it was taken right around there, so it is at center. Moved into the Missouri State zone. Van Dyke had it for a second. Solnikov is able to put a little rough shot there to clear it out to center ice. Cooley brings it into the Redbird zone. Does about a 10-point dive on that. Puck comes the other way. Now here's Jablonski. Puck gets it, makes it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh behind the net. Broken up by Brown. Flip to the corner. Ice Bears finally get back defensively. It's held into the near side and swung all the way around. Past Jablonski. Taken away by Brown. And now the Ice Bears with Anderson. He's able to get it off a Cooley stick just at center. And Missouri State will change. Want to get 1 man off. Now, as they set it up in their own zone, they'll work it again. No score between Missouri State, ranked number 9, and Illinois State University, ranked number 23. ACHA Division I play. We get a stoppage and a penalty is going to happen. Now, is this an Illinois State penalty on a slash? I think it is. And if it is, it'll be the Ice Bears' first power play. It is a slashing call. Going into the penalty box will be Van Dyke, I believe. No, it's 98, not 89. So Sarnicki will go. First power play for Missouri State. The Ice Bears on the power play, 24%. But they might give up a shorty here, as coming in on the break was Young. The Ice Bears have not given up. Oh, yes, they have. They've given up. No, they have not. On the power play, they've not given up any shorthanded goals. On the penalty kill, they've scored 2. So Redbirds working on the PK, 14 for 52, just 72.8%. And now we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. And the faceoff will stay in the Illinois State zone. Much better day today for you. At least broadcast-wise. Johansson with a blast. It's partially blocked. Schumacher will have it. Puck cross ice. Johansson again. Back to Shuey, high slot. Schumacher waits. He shoots, and a glove save. Rebound is cleared. Ice Bears quickly get it up. Nice play as the B-line's on now to go to O'Brien. Trailer is Barrett. Here comes Barrett through the middle. Left side, right side. Score! Barrett. It is a shorthanded goal, and Missouri State has taken a 1-0 lead in this hockey game. This one at 13:04, I believe. And Barrett will get it. And the Ice Bears have a 1-0 advantage. We know that it's going to be the B line getting the assist because O'Brien started it over to Barrett, and just a nice move. And the Ice Bears with a 1-0 advantage on the shorthanded goal. And for Jordan Barrett, or Travis Barrett, that is goal number 8. Zane O'Brien will get an assist. And we'll have to figure out who the additional assists are. And again, we will get a PA feed for the second period. We'll get that set up for you. But 1-0 Missouri State. This goal coming at 16:56, or 6:56 actually of the period. For some reason, the cold walk that we had today was absolutely freezing in downtown Chicago has affected me. Salnikov with a drive that's blocked. Now, there is an additional penalty. This is the second power play for Missouri State, because there is an additional penalty that's been called, and Corey Schwartz has been called for a penalty. So Missouri State will work on another one. And I take it back. I said it was a shorthanded goal. That's a power play goal. So the Ice Bears are 1 for 1 on the power play. What's happened is they put it on the scoreboard wrong, and of course I just followed along. So a power play goal, and the Ice Bears work on another power play. This will be Anderson working it high. Cross ice as they come from Salnikov, working it back to Anderson. And Nikita, Kiki as he's called by head coach Jeremy Law, gives it to Kovacic. Now a shot in, drive, save. Cooley's there, and the net gets dislodged as everyone converges. So again, on that power play goal, Barrett, number 8, that is also his second power play goal of the season. O'Brien with the assist. That's what we know right now. And we do have a 1-0 lead for Missouri State here in the first period. Now they work on it again for 40 more seconds. Here with a blast, save, rebound, Barrett, O'Brien, Bratton, they're all there, and it's not able to be with an open opportunity for the Ice Bears set up again. Up the middle. Now moved over to Johansson. Johansson's going to work it with less than a minute to go in the period. Shot sails wide, and it's Johansson again. Now over to Schumacher. Shuey waits, he shoots, and it's held on to. It came right in to Wasilewski, and he'll hold on. With 6 seconds to go on the power play and 47.2 seconds remaining, in this first period. Coming up at the first period intermission, since we did not have a time to record any interviews, we're going to replay an interview that I had. Actually, it's going to go on for 2 periods. Dr. Ben Goss, he of course is part of Missouri State's entertainment management course, and replay an interview with him where he almost lost his life. Very interesting scenario, and this happened about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. We're coming on, and we'll talk about that first period intermission and finish it up in the second. Ice Bears with another opportunity by Derek Smith. Now with 30 seconds remaining, it's the RedBirds. They flip it just out to center ice. The second game in a row Missouri State has scored first here in this tournament. Puck driven down. Warnig flipped it off the boards, and it's out to center ice. Now with 20 seconds remaining in the period. At center, Warnig waits, shoots, and a delayed offside, but the Ice Bears clear the zone. 7 seconds. Shots are 15-6 in favor of Missouri State as they have put them up on the board, and that'll do it for the first period intermission. So Brady Griffin faces 6 shots. Corey Wasiewski faces 15. And Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. It is on the power play. Barrett with the goal after O'Brien fed him, and Barrett from left to right. Missouri State has the 1-0 advantage here after 1 period of play. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, an interview with Dr. Ben Goss of Missouri State's entertainment management class, and also my man between the glass when we have home games at Mediacom Ice Park. We'll be back.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We're back at Mediacom Ice Park. Steve Cass and Alex Somm on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio.
And it's great to be back here in the Mediacom Ice Park with you and be back on the air again. Brings back a lot of fond memories, not terribly old memories, but some really, really good times of when we did call the Springfield Wolfpack games. And yes, I did escape Springfield for a little while, but you can't escape home for too long. Home called, and I came back, and I'm very, very happy to be back here in Springfield at Missouri State again.
You know, one of the things that I really liked about doing the games, and I'm surprised you didn't bring it tonight, but you would put together your notes on the game was brought to you by a specific letter. And, you know, one time it was C, and then we had courage, and then we had, you know, all this kind of stuff, D for defense, but no notes today. I guess you didn't realize you're not actually going to be on the air other than talking to me today.
Well, if I were going to call some of the action, I'd have done a little bit of homework. And, yeah, in terms of those letters, you're never too old or too young to take a page out of Sesame Street's playbook. So those were good times, and we had a lot of fun doing those. And a lot of good memories that go along with that still have not faded over the years and get sweeter as days go by.
Now, as you went to Florida, obviously weather was great, probably enjoyed and loved being there. But one of the things and one of the reasons I had you on is I wanted to talk about an incident that happened to you. And I know that you're okay talking about that now. For everybody that didn't know, you had a major medical issue. And let's kind of talk about how it started, where it was. You're at a baseball game when somebody found you.
I was. This was Friday the 13th of February, 2015, when I was attending the Stetson University baseball home opener. And I believe they told me it was sometime in the 8th inning when I suffered what's known as an idiopathic ventricular tachycardia. which means I had an electrical malfunction of my heart that lasted less than a millisecond, according to one cardiologist, and he was trying to tell me in medical terms how long that was, but he couldn't convince me. A millisecond's pretty short where I come from, so that was just the margin between life and death, and it was actually fatal for me. Fortunately, being there by myself and slumped over the rail and having a hoodie on in the chilly 60-degree Florida weather, people didn't know if I was texting or talking on my phone or whatever, but one baseball mom's curiosity just got the better of her, and she kept looking, and I didn't move for a period of what she estimated to be 5 to 10 minutes. So fortunately, Miss Margie Romano's curiosity got the better of her. She came to look to see what was going on with me, and when she looked underneath, she said that I was royal blue color with my eyes wide open, a puddle of drool at my feet, and no pulse. So immediately, some people that I did not even know and who didn't know me came to my rescue to do CPR. One did the mouth breaths, two baseball dads took turns with chest compressions, a baseball mom who was an RN kept track of the pulse, and one of the baseball alumni's sister kind of coordinated everything and called out the beats and kept everybody on the same page. So the baseball trainer, Logan Spiker, brought the defib paddles out, shocked me twice, and they tell me they got a faint pulse at that time, but they must have lost me between there and the hospital in the ambulance, because they told me I was shocked 2 more times. So by the time I got to the emergency room at Florida Hospital to land, they told me that I had a weak pulse, was not breathing on my own, so they put me on a ventilator, and they did, long story short, what's called a core cooling process, which is to say they froze me. And the people who came behind me from doing CPR were told by the medical staff, who also told our university chaplain, and then called and told my parents that I was probably not going to make it. So fortunately, I was able to hold on day after day, moment after moment, and got no worse. The core cooling went according to textbook, according to one of the nurses who told my parents that everything was going okay. And over the period of about 72 hours, they began to slowly raise my body temp, and I responded well. Of course, at this time, I had a river of tubes running in and out of me, including a ventilator. Was not still breathing on my own, but they finally got my body temperature up and got me respirating on my own, and took the ventilator out and let me kind of come around a little bit. So that took probably, again, a period of about 72 plus hours, but I made it out of the woods. Now, of course, at that point in time, I was nowhere near normal still. You don't suffer and go through what I went through and just bounce back from it. But little by little, day by day, I did show improvement. When I did come to, I was able to recognize people and talk with them briefly, and during the periods that they would allow me to kind of stay awake before they would induce some sleep. And I was able to communicate effectively, but I looked at what I knew was supposed to be something that I could read, like the marker board at the end of my bed. It looked like Chinese. I couldn't read it. I could not tell time with hands on a clock, and so I said in my head, I said, like, okay, I know I've got to do something to get better here. So I started to move my arms and legs on command, and they worked. And so I said, okay, let's just see what the old brain knows still. So I began to talk about the one thing, as you can probably guess, that might be my default, and that was sports. And I started at the West Coast, and I went from the West Coast to the East Coast, talking about every sports team in the United States that I knew, and trying to remember everything I could and talking out loud. And I'm sure I drove the nurses absolutely crazy with it, but I knew I had to get better, and I knew I had to get the rust off of my mind, and that happened. That they let me stay awake for longer periods of time. I was able to comprehend more and talk more and function better. Everything worked as it should have, amazingly. According to the doctors and nurses who were searching me over from head to toe. Heart cath revealed nothing. CAT scan, 2 CAT scans actually, revealed nothing. So they were about ready to throw up their hands in terms of what to do from there, because they couldn't find anything that was wrong. So, which was turns out was a great thing. So slowly began to get a little bit better and a little bit better, and kept telling people who would come to my bedside that I was going to be the first person to ever sprint out of Florida Hospital. And of course they all kind of laughed, and I'd tell them, hey, just bring your cell phone because I'm going to do it. And of course, you know, my mom, being the sweet Southern lady that she is, when I would tell her this, she'd say, now Ben, you know that you're not going to be able to do that and they're not going to let you. And I said, well, just see, just wait and see. I'm going to sprint out of this hospital. I'm coming out and I'm going to be fine. So a week to the day that it happened, they came to get me that morning and they took me to a private room. That was a very glorious celebration with some of my colleagues and our university chaplain and my parents. We sat around and had a great time, and we're so thankful just to be on planet Earth at that point. And the doctors were still searching me over for the next 48 hours from head to toe, trying to figure out what to do with me. So on Sunday, my cardiologist, my main cardiologist, came in, Dr. Mariel Lazard, who I love very dearly, and she grabbed my charts and looked and kind of looked at me funny for about 3 or 4 minutes and said, you know, you must serve a really powerful God. And I said, you better believe it. I know I do, and indeed he's good to me. So she said, well, what we're going to do is take you over to Ormond Beach, to our hospital over there, and we're going to install a defibrillator pacemaker. And at that point, they could have done anything they want to me. I'm just lucky to be alive, and I know it. So I tell them, sure, that's fine. So they take me by ambulance over there, and that was some of the iciest weather in the United States history at that point in time in 2015, and some of the coldest temps that Florida ever had. They had some equipment in the lab that they needed to get repaired, and they could not get the parts flown in, so they scheduled and scrubbed me about 15 times like a NASA rocket over a period of about the next 4 days. But I was in a Hilton of a hospital being waited on hand and foot by some of the most beautiful and sweet nurses you've ever seen in your life. And you know, normally, Steve, I don't know how it is when you go in the hospital, but whenever my nurses come around, it's like the Oak Ridge Boys in scrubs, and it's right. Oh, here comes Nurse Papa Mau Mau to take my temperature for about the 100th time, and she's not carrying the oral thermometer. So this was not the case at all at Florida Hospital. They were so good to me, and they were absolutely beautiful and sweet. And I'm watching basketball on a big screen TV, and I'm eating anything I want, and having both chocolate and vanilla ice cream for dessert. So everything was going great. And then finally, that Thursday morning, they took me to the lab, put in the bionic part, and now I'm going to be pretty hard to kill now that I have this pacemaker and defibrillator in me. So the next morning was 2 weeks to the day when it happened, and I got up, showered, dressed myself. My parents came to get me, and we kept waiting for the wheelchair, and it never came. So Mom said, well, just grab your suitcase and let's go. So we walked to the elevator. I rode down, and after 2 weeks in the hospital, you can imagine I was in no condition to sprint. But I did walk out of the hospital, as I said I would, under my own power. Got home. My recovery lasted for the rest of the semester, but it wasn't more than about a week later that I sent my parents home, told them I got this. Less than a week after being home, I was out driving around in my car and getting back to normal. 1 month to the day that it happened, I went to the cardiologist who installed my pacemaker defibrillator, and he looked me in the eye and said, the best thing you can do is get back to normal. So I said, yes, sir. I drove immediately to Five Guys, ordered a double cheeseburger and a large Cajun fry and a Coke, unhinged my lower jaw and just about swallowed it whole, and I've been back to normal ever since. One of the better parts of getting back to normal, you'll be happy to know, was that in an effort to cure my boredom, I offered to be the color analyst for our baseball team. And in a moment of weakness, they allowed me to do that, and so I didn't let go of that. I kept on and had a great time doing it. Did it for the second half of the 2015 season, then did it for all of last season. Stetson miraculously got into the Atlantic Sun Conference baseball tournament as the 6th of 6 seeds and wound up winning it and going to the NCAA tournament. And I have, Steve, I have made more friends and gotten to know and do some great things with some great people that I never would have if this had not occurred. It has been a blessing to me. I would not sign up to go through it again, but I got to tell you, in all direct honesty, if I had to go through it again to get to all the good that has happened to me and that has happened to other people as a result of it, I'd do it 3 or 4 more times, because it has been truly a blessing. God must not be finished with me. I must still have a few things that I have left to do, maybe some of which might include jumping on these headsets again with you at some point in time. But then Missouri State had not filled my position. They called, asked if I'd be interested in applying. I said absolutely. Went through the interview process. One thing led to another, and my feet have led me right back here to Springfield. So I'm extremely blessed. I'm glad to be here. God's been good to me, and I look forward to being back here in Springfield and contributing at an even greater level than before. And I'm certainly, again, glad to see and spend time with you and share this story with you and our listeners.
Talking with Dr. Ben Goss of now Missouri State, back again for a second trip. And, you know, Ben, what I do want to get to is kind of what you went through mentally and what you realized and what you knew about the event that happened to you. But we will take a break, second period of hockey coming back, and in the second period of intermission, would like to come back and talk to you more about that. And for other folks that may or may not have gone through kind of the help and everything that happened to you, and we'll do that in the next period. But we will take a quick break, and more hockey coming back in a moment, and also coming back in second period with Dr. Ben Goss. Stay tuned. And we're not going to take that break, as we are moments away from getting things going here between these two teams, and, well, a little bit of a delay before we get things started. Second period here between Missouri State, and we are underway. Missouri State will this time skate from the far to the near, and from the near to the far it will be Illinois State. So the RedBirds in their own zone. They have possession. They work it to Young. Intercepted by the Ice Bears. 1-0 Missouri State. They're going to work on it near side. Drop it all the way down into Cooley. Cooley steals it, comes up the middle. Instead, Cooley gets a shot as he wanted to look up the middle, and it'll be held on to by Corey, that is, Wazewski. 16 shots for Missouri State, as that first one is recorded. 19:26 remaining in the period. Steve Casson, Alex Somm, thanks for joining us. Another game tomorrow. We'll bring it to you right here on Web Sports Radio. Puck cleared out to center, and it's Kovacic with a backhanded shot that is taken away by Corcoran. Ice Bears regain, and they shoot it down. This should be another icing call. Icing will bring it back with just over, well, let's see if I can look at the clock there. Look, 19:07, so we haven't even played a minute yet. And a couple of stoppage and plays here. Face-off in the Missouri State zone. Puck sent behind the net, over to the far side, now to Keita Salnikov. Lead to Cooley, too far for him. Icing will be the call again. 1:05 we played, we've had 3 icings. Puck will be sent back down. Take a look at some of the out-of-town scores, thanks to Dan Dow. Adrian 1-1 over Syracuse. That's early in the first period. Davenport 2-0 over Oakland through 1. And now it's 2-1 as we get the update mid-first. That is Adrian and Syracuse. Rhode Island 4, Delaware 3, middle of the second. Now we're 2-2 as we catch up on the scores, middle of the first, Adrian and Syracuse. Right here, though, no, we're not. We're at the edge. Been used to saying Mediacom Ice Park for so long. This is the first road trip we've actually done in a couple of years. Now the Ice Bears back of their own zone. They'll work the puck. Get it out to center ice. Comes across the line. Wazewski, field clear to the corner and flipped out, and the Ice Bears will set it up again. They're going to work it quickly. Now to Barrett. Tried to get it through some traffic. He shoots, and it's off the glove of Wazewski. Waluski with a big save there. Deflected it. Now a blocker save. It would have been wide, but he's blocked it right out in front. Score! As the pass came to Barrett again, and this time it is from Zane O'Brien once more, and Missouri State has a 2-0 lead. The Ice Bears, the exact same deal, and this is number 9 for Barrett. O'Brien gets the assist. We do have a PA feed, so we'll be able to hear it this time. But the Ice Bears take a 2-0 advantage. And again, more of the same for the Ice Bears as they work it behind the net. This one, just a good play into the corner. As you can see, the Ice Bears breaking. There it is. 2-0 Missouri State. And again, both goals have been scored.
Missouri State goal scored by Miss Barrett, assisted by 19 Zane O'Brien at 2:08. Missouri State goal scored by Barrett, assisted by O'Brien at 2:08.
So that's the call there once again, as the Ice Bears at 2:08. Barrett his 9th, O'Brien. And it's 2-0. And the Ice Bears score again. They make it 3-0. And Missouri State starting to pour it on here in the second. This one will be Bratton's goal. So the Ice Bears don't even give me a chance to get things set up here. And they score again. This one just a good follow-up. And it's 3-0 Ice Bears. Jordan Bratton with goal number 5 this season. On that first goal, on that power play goal, the Ice Bears are 1 for 2. They added an assist to Brady Griffin. So Griffin gets an assist.
Missouri State goal scored by number 9, Jordan Bratton. Assisted by number 15, Zane O'Brien. Time of the goal, 2:54. Missouri State goal scored by Bratton, assisted by O'Brien at 2:54.
So the Ice Bears with a 3-0 lead. Barrett on the power play in the first. Barrett again in the second at 2:08, and then at 2:54 it is Bratton. And that's where we stand right now. So the Ice Bears really pouring it on now as Griffin has to make a save. The rebound behind the net, cleared to the corner, and it's Rubin. He's going to outlet. Here come the Ice Bears. They work it left side. Dropping it down in low is Salenbach. Had a goal in yesterday's game to Rubin again. It's up the middle. Score! On a wraparound in front, and this one will go to Alex Rubin. It's 4-0 Ice Bears. They do that wraparound again, and Missouri State is pouring it on now. Again from behind the net as they work this one once again. You could kind of see it developing. There's Rubin. He is a recipient of the follow-up pass, and it's in.
Timeout, Illinois State.
And Illinois State takes a timeout. So the Ice Bears with quick goals here in about a minute and a half.
Missouri State goal scored by number 79, Alex Rubin. Assisted by number 19, and number 91, Matt Matchey. Time of the goal, 3:37. Correction, 3:47. Missouri State goal scored by Rubin, assisted by Salenbach and Matchey at 3:47.
So the Ice Bears in 1:39 have scored 3 goals, and it's 4-0. Rubin his 6th, Bratton his 5th, Barrett his 9th in 1 minute and 39. And the Ice Bears have added to their lead. Puck is in front of the Missouri State bench and swung all the way in by Sasha Perron. So a lot of breathing room now with a 4-0 lead. Here is a right side block. The shot came and Collada blocked it, and that was a big one off the stick of Alex Smith. Puck comes in the slot. It's moved to the corner, and it'll be Sasha Perron once again. Perron will work it behind the net. Perron still with it. Now we're going to get a penalty. It goes against Missouri State. Penalty against the Ice Bears. This one to Hunter Saunders. And now we get a couple of players involved in tripping a Missouri State player. Do we get additional penalties? Just the one interference. Second power play now for the Redbirds. And Missouri State will have to kill one off. 90%.
Missouri State penalty on number 25, Hunter Saunders. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 4:35. We had Saunders 2 minutes for interference at 4:35, resulting in Illinois State power play.
So as you heard, Illinois State on the PP, they are 16.4%, 8 for 44. But again, Missouri State with a good penalty kill, although this time it'll be worked now to Kavanaugh. He'll hold it in, but the Ice Bears have it. Short-handed, Missouri State has scored 2 short-handed goals this season. It is Ambrostat. Jacob in front of the Missouri State bench. He'll send it down in low for Kavanaugh. The Ice Bears with Barrett twice, Bratton and Rubin. Now it is swung and missed by Jablonski. He'll still have it in the Missouri State zone. And the Ice Bears with a 4-0 lead. We're going to update the scoreboard for you here as it's come fast and furious, but it is a 4-0 lead for Missouri State here in the second period. And 31 seconds left in the power play. I don't have my statistician and producer here today. Puck is cleared in on the fly, and Wazowski will hold on to it. Give it over to the corner now to Kavanaugh. Waits for everyone to get set. Backhanded by Ryan Glennon. Moves it to the left side. Now to Collada. He gets stopped up on the left wing point. Now it comes right up the middle. Shot wide to the corner. Swung around and cleared to the near side once again. Working up top. Here is a shot through some traffic. Save, rebound. That one off of Schwartz, and it's out to center. Power play is over. Griffin with the save. Ice Bears to Derek Smith behind his own net. He'll work it now and get it to the corner, and the Ice Bears up to center to Shane Thornton out of Wentzville, Missouri. Backhanded out of the ISU zone, and here with some steam is Collada. He gets hauled down, penalty against Missouri State. Another penalty, and the Ice Bears will have to kill off another one. The second consecutive one. 3 penalties, 6 minutes now assessed to the Ice Bears. And this one will be against Derek Smith. Shots are 20-11 in favor of Missouri State. Immediately, the Ice Bears clear it off the draw. Walczewski.
Missouri State penalty at number 27, Derek Smith. 2 minutes for holding at 7:05.
So holding is the
Missouri State
call.
penalty on Smith, 2 minutes for holding at 7:05, resulting in an Illinois State power play.
Puck to the near side, left side. Working it free is Sarnicki. Now high slot, a blast in by Sarnicki is steered across the crease. Grabbed by the Ice Bears and cleared. Line change for Illinois State. Sarnicki back of his own zone. He'll set things up. Waiting for everyone to get set. But some precious time being taken off the clock. Sarnicki's pass is intercepted by the Ice Bears. Kovacic, he'll drop it down in low. Jablonski is there to run some checking. And the Ice Bears will give up. They're okay. Power play time is now at 47 seconds. Sarnicki, left side, in across the line, and it is forced out once again by Missouri State. Again, they'll clear it out. Held along the line. Battle for it there. Officials letting things play. It's dug out. And waiting for it once again is Sarnicki. Down in low with 10 seconds to go in the power play. Cross ice. It'll go to Howie. Once again, Sarnicki down low. Pass underneath the stick of Ambrostad, and he was waiting for an open corner there. Couldn't connect. Power play is over. We're 5-on-5. Puck now to the corner and a drive missing wide and out, and the Ice Bears have a 2-on-1. Working it is Salnikov. The trailer now, drive missing up high, as that trailer was Rubin again. Rubin and Salnikov. Now Nikita along the line. Nikita with it. Salnikov, he shoots, he hit the post. Puck cleared out once again. Missouri State waiting to get a good shot was, well, we got a 58. Yeah, that was Patrick Johansson. I thought I saw 6 on there, and the Ice Bears do not have a 68 on their uniform. Now Missouri State, after the play in their own zone, to Salnikov. Shot wide. It'll go to Schumacher. Going to work it now with 10:02 to go in the period. Right up the middle, a blast by Cooley, held by Waluski. It is cleared out to center ice. Right side to Young for Illinois State. Young to the left side. It's underneath the stick of Connor Richards. Missouri State will work it again. They come out of the zone. From far to near, here comes Salnikov. He scores! Nikita Salnikov from the left circle scores, and Missouri State has a 5-0 lead. Salnikov will get goal number 14 to lead the Ice Bears this season. And it is a 5-0 advantage for Missouri State. And this one, hopefully it'll be right in your living room here with Salnikov getting this one. As he moved in past a couple of players and just a blast over the glove. And the Ice Bears have a 5-0 advantage. We'll catch the call in a second.
This goal scored by number 9, Nikita Salnikov. Assisted by number 24, Hunter Cooley, and number 20, Andrew Kovacic. Time of the goal, 10:19.
So the Ice Bears.
Missouri State goal scored by Salnikov, assisted by Cooley and Kovacic at 10:19.
Have their entire line in on that goal. 5-0. The Ice Bears are working it again. They get a shot in, big save there after Warnig got the attempt from the left side, and Missouri State working it again. Down in low. Puck grab by Jablonski. Gets it as far as his own bench, and he'll drop in. He'll look for some help up front. Nothing doing. Goes to the corner. Now work behind the net. Jablonski looked to bank it off somebody, but instead he'll go to the far side. Derek Smith back on the ice. It comes up the middle in front. Oh, what a save! Huge save there, as it looked like Griffin was beat on the attempt in front, and he made the save. That one on Van Dyke. Now the Ice Bears have it again. Setting it up once again is Jordan Bratton. He's working free, brings it out, and this might be a break. All alone, Chris Van Dyke. Van Dyke comes in, he shoots, he scores! The Ice Bears got caught. And Andrew Van Dyke gets his second of the season. As Missouri State sees the shutout broken. And you could kind of see it as the Ice Bears up the middle were just kind of having a hard time getting things set up. And when they finally did, it was just a tough situation as breaking in all alone and putting it over the shoulder of the Ice Bears goaltender was Van Dyke for his second of the season. As Griffin has to make a save, we'll get the call
Illinois
here.
State goals scored by number 89, Andrew Van Dyke. Assist number 19, Adam Howie. At number 98, Daniel Sarnecki. Time of the goal, 11:56.
So Howley
Illinois State goal scored by Van Dyke, assisted by Howie and Sarnecki. At 11:56.
Well, there you go, the repeat there from the public address announcer here. But the Ice Bears trying to work it again. And they do work the puck enough to get it into Mazewski's glove. So a 5-1 lead now for Missouri State. And isn't it interesting right now? Robert Morris, Illinois, I'm not sure if you can get it. They are walking past right now. This is a team that just lost 4-1 yesterday to Illinois State, and now they see on the scoreboard the RedBirds are down 5-1. Puck is cleared into the zone and back out of the RedBirds' end of the ice. So now we're down to 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Puck is cleared back down into the Illinois State end. Puck across the line. Collada had it for a second. Robert Collada, 6 goals, 1 assist from Park Ridge, Illinois. Shane Thornton for Missouri State breaks through both Collada and Glennon. And the Ice Bears keep it in. They're going to work it down in low. Fanned-on shot by Perron, and it's taken by him again. Perron waits again. He shoots, and down the middle it's held on to by Mazewski. Corey Wasilewski out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, 6'3", 190. He's a big, tall kid. Takes up a lot of room, especially when he goes into the butterfly. Ice Bears off the draw. They are not able to keep it in. Grabbed by Jablonski out of Naperville, Illinois. Sends it over the left side. A fanned-on shot by Howie as he was backing up is now held on to and gloved. So we will have a face-off. Looks like it's going to be in the Missouri State zone to the left as you look at it, right of Brady Griffin. So off the draw, puck is cleared all the way down to the Ice Bears have it. It's Salnikov racing. He gives it a Cooley, backhander instead as he's cut off back to Salnikov, too far for him, and no icing. It's cleared all the way down. The Ice Bears were the one that made that pass. Missouri State in the near side boards. They clear it and bring it all the way down to the ISU end where it'll be Howie with it. Puck stolen. Kovacic backhander. A bouncing puck as it went off of Kavanaugh and held on to by Wasilewski. Shots are 28-14 in favor of Missouri State. 2 goals by Barrett, 1 on the power play. Bratton, Rubin, Solnikoff, then it's Van Dyke scoring the last goal for ISU. Now in the Illinois State zone. Behind the net of Wasilewski. Ice Bears trying to work it again. Is underneath the stick of Solnikoff. He kicked it into the corner accidentally. Comes to Solnikoff, who steals it, but oh, here's an outlet pass to Ambrostat. They'll give it on the right side, looking for Reish. Now the shot comes in from Young, steered behind the net. Ice Bears, will they be able to work the puck? Yes, they do. They have the freedom to move it to the corner. It's tipped off and all the way down, and it's Cooley. Killed off the play to Kovacic. Up the middle, looking now for the B line, 1/3 of the B line, Zane O'Brien. To Chris Brown, he shoots, missed wide. Far side to O'Brien. He's the only one that's been able to get on right now. Here is Cooley. He's going to work it down behind and still keep it in his possession. He's checked hard by Corcoran. Once again, Cooley. Hunter Cooley, who has 2 goals and an assist in the last 2 games. Puck is flipped up, and it'll stay. It should stay. Does it stay in the zone, or are they going to bring it outside? It should stay in the zone. They're going to go from the point of the intended shot out of the zone, which is the closest face-off dot. That's where they'll pull the draw. Linesman Haley Yates drops it. Now puck to the corner, missed wide. Puck to the corner once again. Ice Bears work it. It's dropped down. Behind the net. Working it to Barrett. Off of his stick, and it's cleared by Schwartz all the way down. Ice Bears set things up once again. Out of their own zone, they lead 5-1. 13:28 to go in the period. And puck is sent in, and we get a whistle on the stop. I said 13. I don't think so. Play back into the Missouri State end of the ice. That looks like a 9, I think, to me. Unfortunately, we are the farthest away from the scoreboard in the corner. And the funny thing is, we have a wall to the side of us, and there is a scoreboard right on the wall. It's hard to see it, though. Plays in the Illinois State zone. Here is Schwartz out of Wooddale. Schwartz has it broken up, and the Ice Bears couldn't get things started at neutral ice. Now they do. They move it in the zone quickly, but unfortunately it's kicked out. Bratton. Now with the B line on. To the corner to O'Brien off of his stick, and Barrett will chase. 5-1 Missouri State. 2 by Barrett. Bratton, Rubin, Solnikoff, Van Dyke, the only goal scorer for Illinois State. Redbirds out of their own zone. These same 2 teams will meet December 7th and 8th right at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield. Puck is sent wide, and we've just confirmed Missouri State's return trip. That'll be next September, or this coming up September. Next season, though. Puck to the near side in the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears are able to clear it out. They're going to move it across the line. And they want to go for a line change, so they're just okay with dumping it in. Kavanaugh, his hometown Chicago, flips it down, and the Ice Bears will have it to Derek Smith. Smith brings it out. His hometown, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Missouri State with some forechecking pressure. They are out shooting Illinois State 29-14. We came into the period at 15-6 in favor of Missouri State. It's 29-14. Redbirds now with Van Dyke has the only goal. He shoots, tipped up high, missing to the far side to Jablonski. He works the puck again. I believe 7:25 left in the period. Buck to the near side. Now the Ice Bears work it again. They send it in front. Does Matt Matty, and it's deflected by the goaltender. We come the other way. 3 on 2.
1 minute
reach.
rating of the second period. 1 minute.
Well, there was 1 minute, not 7. So there you hear it from the public address announcer. And this period is moving fast. At center once again. Ice Bears move it out. And a broken stick. Who broke that one? Oh, big hit there by Rubin. Now with 30 seconds remaining. Missouri State working it again. This one, a shot by Thornton, is held onto. .4 seconds remaining. And a 5-1 lead. We'll update the score for you here. 5-1 here in the second period. Puck flipped out to center with 16 seconds. And Missouri State bringing it in now with Anderson behind the net. Anderson to the trailer. Brown, he shoots, save, rebound, loose, follow-up, another opportunity, a second and a third. This one was by Saunders, and time expires in the second period. Missouri State in the second with 4 goals. ISU answers with 1, and it is 5-1 after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal, 16 in the period on Wasilewski for a 2-period total of 31. And for Missouri State, they put 8, or they have seen 8 on Brady Griffin for a 2-period total of 14. Goals in that period. Barrett will get one. This one not on the power play, his 9th. O'Brien with the assist, and Missouri State has a 2-0 lead. Then Bratton makes it 3-0, his 5th at 2:54, and the Ice Bears are rolling again. Then Rubin, his 6th at 3:47. It's 4-0 Ice Bears. Salnikov makes it 5-0 with a shot over the glove, and then Van Dyke will get a goal to make it 5-1, and that is on the break. Breaks the shutout, and Missouri State right now has a 5-1 advantage. We'll take a break, and when we come back, follow up with Dr. Ben Goss in just a moment. Our second break with him. We'll be back. It's 5-1 Missouri State.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We are back at MediaCom Ice Park at the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Alex Somm on KBFL. Talking with Dr. Ben Goss of Missouri State, teaches entertainment management at the Ice Bears main campus. And Ben, when we left off at the first period intermission, we talked about the fact that you recovered very quickly. One of the things that I want to get into is you had mentioned that, and please tell me the name of what you suffered again.
Idiopathic ventricular tachycardia. And I was told, Steve, by my primary care physician, who was blown away by my story when I got to his office, that it happens for 5 or 6 known causes, and also for unknown causes. Now, the exact percentages of that I don't really know, but he said, in your case, it happened for unknown reasons, which is a good thing, because if it had happened for an identifiable cause, that would mean that you would have a lingering condition. And he said, and you don't have that. So it was, you know, I don't know if it was stress. I don't know if it was just a freak physiological thing or a biological thing or whatever, but it just occurred. And believe me, the cardiologists have combed me over from head to toe on several occasions since then, and they can't find any lingering condition or anything of that sort that wasn't there before. So that little millisecond, less than a millisecond moment was the difference between life and death. But fortunately, again, they were able to get me back, and that's what it's called, is idiopathic ventricular tachycardia.
Now, of course, it was the opener of the Stetson baseball game you had mentioned last season, or, well, 2 seasons ago, actually.
Right.
And the first question is, do you remember anything about that?
No, I don't remember being at that game at all. I took pictures, Chipper Jones throughout the first pitch. It was a great ball game. It was 0-0 at that point in time. I had a number of current and former students on the field playing, and also current students and former students working at the game. I took pictures. I tweeted. I don't remember anything about that day other than getting a haircut, and the only reason I remember that was looking back at my texts. I don't remember much at all about that week. I had gone out to visit some friends in Wichita the weekend prior, and had gotten back from Orlando to DeLand, and just don't really remember anything much about what happened that week at all. So you know, when I'm waking up, of course, the 72 hours plus after that happened, I have no clue. And neither really does anyone else, so they don't really know what to tell me. So I think they finally settled on telling me I had a heart attack, and I had told them, well, I wasn't really surprised at how stressful things had been over the past couple of weeks. And so, you know, that's what we kind of went with at first. But then, you know, later on they told me that this was what they had narrowed it down to. So, but again, thankfully, no lingering side effects. I'm able to go and do as I please. I can exercise as I please. I need to eat better, but they haven't put me on a special diet. No meds, no nothing. So I'm doing my best to do what the cardiologist told me that day a month later when he said get back to normal.
We're talking with Dr. Ben Goss, of course, with Missouri State, and my former broadcast partner when we did indoor football here in Springfield. Now, you had mentioned that by talking to people, and I'm sure that everybody that's helped in your, I want to say rescue, but I mean in taking care of you, you've become good friends with, and they've told you things. One of the things that you mentioned was, and especially if the diagnosis is some type of heart attack, that you were basically unconscious for about 10 minutes, and usually that is fatal.
Yeah.
Did the doctor say anything as to why you did not pass?
No, there was no offering of any theory like that. They couldn't even pinpoint what had happened, much less why. So, to my knowledge, at least in my hearing, they never got into that. So, I'm just thankful that Miss Margie Romano followed her motherly instincts and got curious, and that people jumped in to help me who didn't know me from anyone. Just shows you, you know, we live in a world where you hear a lot of bad things about a lot of bad people, and I think certainly that's well deserved, but you know, you don't hear a lot of the good things about good people who are willing to step in and be good Samaritans and help you even when they don't know you. And you know, a lot of those people again have become like family to me. Fortunately, the family of Lindsey Coggle, I'm a big San Francisco Giants fan. He is a Stetson alumnus and was at that time in the Dodgers organization. His girlfriend was about to finish up her PA. She did the breathing. His sister was the one who called out the beats. So you got the family of a Dodger helping out a Giants fan. No small irony in that for baseball fans. Turns out that one of the baseball dads was an EMT. So, you know, great to have a trained medical professional working on you who did that all the time. The other gentleman who did chest compressions happened to be a college roommate of my longtime dear friend and big brother figure, Greg Marshall at Wichita State. Total irony of how they knew each other. So good Lord was watching over me. He had people in place to help me. and help they did. And then, you know, again, when I got to the hospital, we were so well taken care of. I've had several medical professionals tell me and my family that this sort of rescue is almost never successful anywhere, and it is next to never in terms of happening in small town America hospitals. It might happen in a New York or Chicago or Philadelphia or somewhere like that, but even then very rarely. So I've had a lot of medical pros tell me that it was a definite odds beater that I was able to survive, but it's because I got great care. I got great care from start to finish. Now the period, you know, again, Miss Romano can't put an exact time period on it from when she noticed me to when help arrived, but she said at minimum, because she's thought about it many times, she told me it was a minimum of 5 minutes, maybe even as many as 10. And just so happened, I guess, that the CPR was done so well that it got the oxygen to the brain as it was needed, and then the subsequent care was so good that it helped either prevent damage or kept things going to the point of where nothing would be damaged. I don't really know. I'm not a real doctor, so I can't address that. But you know, it all fell into place. Everybody was stunned. Again, the medical pros who see it all the time are the first to tell you that it was a miracle.
When from the time, did anybody notice that you're sitting in the seat at a baseball game? Did anybody notice that you had kind of not moved, or how long had that time been before you actually got help?
No one knows. I was by myself. I was sitting on the concourse where the handicap seating is, but you know, there's some space with one seat here and lots of space, and they had plenty of that left over, so I was just sitting there alone. And again, Miss Romano has no idea from the start to finish how long that was, but you know, she just happened to turn around after a certain period of time and kept noticing that I wasn't moving. So hard to put a timer on it, but again, even if it was just 5 minutes from when it happened to when help arrived, you're still, again, from what I'm told, pushing the boundaries of being able to be rescued at all, and then B, certainly brain damage and bodily damage of all kinds, from head to toe with your organs being risked, and none of that happened.
That's definitely something to be thankful for, and I'm just glad you're here. You know, I had no idea that any of this was going on until actually I believe you posted it on Facebook and told some folks. Speaking of that, how much of your story has been told? I'm sure in the Florida area it's been told. You've probably been on TV many times. But if you could talk to someone as far as how you got help, how people were nosy, you know, what would you recommend to somebody if they see someone sitting around not moving, not doing anything?
Well, one of the major benefits, Steve, that came about as a result of this, I was told by one of the baseball moms, Miss Tracy Wilson, whose son is a star pitcher and is pitching the Cape Cod League, and he'll probably be a high-round draft choice next year. It's from Stetson. She told me that her brother, Brooks's uncle, was at that game and saw what happened, and he is a financial investments broker in the Orlando area who deals with a lot of elderly clients. And he went to his office the next week and mandated that all of his staff learn CPR. And so that just in case anything were to ever happen with any of their elderly clients while in their office, the staff would know how to provide some help. And I had another lady, Miss Deanna Hale, who was another baseball mom, who was ready to step in and do CPR. So I was surrounded by people who happened to be in that profession. Again, Clara Kruger, Lindsay's girlfriend, was in her last semester of PA school, so a highly trained medical professional there. And Sean Fagan, another baseball dad who was an EMT. So they all knew that. So I would strongly encourage folks, annual certification and all of that is just one of those little pains, you know, that you have to do, like getting your license renewed and your tags renewed. But, you know, just like you have to do those things, you really need to look at doing this and making CPR training and first responding and first aid a part of your repertoire, because it could be a total stranger, or it could be one of your friends or family who happens to fall victim to something like this or something very similar to it and needs your help and needs to be there. And you know, again, also frankly, for me and my background and values system, don't ever underestimate the power of prayer. I had a lot of people across the country praying for me, including many right here in Springfield, who and alumni from all over the country from here. Many of them reached out in the days that it happened, immediately and long-term afterward. Made me feel unbelievably loved and cared for. The first thing, in fact, I remember was a San Francisco Giants blanket on my bed, and when I was waking up, and I didn't know whose it was, but I knew since it was on my bed I wasn't going to give it back, and I wanted to wake up again to find out more about it and who sent it and these kinds of things. And as it turns out, my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Philip Rothschild, who teaches entertainment management with me at Missouri State, had sent that. He and his wife Jennifer had sent that via Amazon, and it got to my bed, and it made a difference, because that sparked something inside of me. My love for the San Francisco Giants was strong, and that one connector, I think, helped put my feet on the path to recovery. And I've told him personally, privately, and publicly a number of times how much I appreciate that. And that's just one example of the love that the Missouri State campus extended to me, even though I'd been gone for quite some time. And you know, if you're not around, you wonder sometimes just how quickly you'll be forgotten. But Springfield and Missouri State didn't forget me, and I certainly didn't forget them. And so, you know, I'm just really thankful and grateful for them. And so that's what I would tell people. Learn your CPR, learn your first aid response, because that can help save someone. And again, too, never underestimate the power of prayer.
Ben Goss of Missouri State and Missouri State Entertainment Management, we appreciate you joining us, and it's always been a pleasure to do games with you, and we will definitely do that again, whether it be Ice Bears or indoor football or something like that. I'm just glad you're around to be able to do it with me.
Thank you, buddy.
And we're back at the Edge Ice Arena for period number 3. Big thanks to Dr. Ben Goss for joining me back. Oh, I want to say that was a couple of years ago when we had that conversation, but we are just now ready for the third period of action between these two hockey clubs. Steve Casson along with Alex Somm, thanks for joining us here on Web Sports Radio. Tomorrow we will be on the West Rink. It'll be a little bit of a different opportunity for us to present the game to you, but we are 5-1 as we head into the third period, and quite frankly, both teams have had some opportunities. We'll see what happens here as Missouri State this time will skate from the near to the far. And quickly the RedBirds move it up into the zone. It goes off the stick of Young and in immediately on goal. It will be held on to by Brady Griffin. Same goalies to start this third period. Brady Griffin for Missouri State. 1.40 goals against average on the season. That in 4 goals, he's 3-0. Does have one shutout, we can say it. That's been spoiled. Nikita Salnikov off the draw. He's going to work it hard. And as he tried to get in front of Nolan Jestat, he was ran into the corner. Puck cleared back in the Missouri State zone where it's Brennan Anderson. Anderson to Kovacic, and they will set things up. And we'll have to go almost 200 feet. Here's Kovacic breaking through. Now a blast that misses by Salnikov behind the net. Over to Cooley. He'll have it far side. Cooley drops it down low. Gets it past Jestat of ISU. It stays to Anderson. Went wide of the net on the left side, and the Ice Bears will work it again. Now with 18:58 to go. Here's Anderson with a drive and a save. Wasilewski will have it, and it is cleared all the way down. This should be an icing call. It is. Icing will bring it back into the ISU end of the ice. And a 5-1 lead See if we can get to the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Dan Dow. Ohio Liberty, no score through 1 period of play. Syracuse 4, Adrian 3, middle of 2. And Davenport 4, Oakland nothing through 2. Yesterday, Davenport lost to Oakland. That was kind of a topsy-turvy situation in yesterday. And after 1, Adrian 2, Syracuse 2. That's what we have. No, I take that back. It's 3-3 in the second period. So thanks to Dan Dow keeping us up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard. I believe he's watching the game tonight. Face-off in the ISU zone with a 5-1 lead for Missouri State. You don't want to get too comfortable. Not saying the Ice Bears traditionally do that at all, but with a 5-1 lead, you don't want to be that comfortable. Missouri State in their own zone. Oh, stolen. It comes to Young. Up the middle, Young with it again, blocked, and as soon as I say they don't want to be comfortable, Missouri State coughing it up in their own zone. A little bit of extra pressure. Howie. He'll look in front, gets it, and fanned on in front by Van Dyke. He is the only goal scorer right now. And he fanned on the shot up the middle. Here come the Ice Bears, the beeline on. O'Brien to Barrett, back to O'Brien, back to Barrett, cross ice to Bratton, and then as it goes back to O'Brien, it's behind the net. Puck is cleared up and all the way down and on goal, so Griffin denies the icing. He waits, and it stays in the zone. Griffin makes the save. Rebound, score! And the Ice Bears give up a goal to Jablonski. It's now 5-2. I don't know if they were listening to me or not. I said you got to not be as complacent, in Missouri State, with 17:38 left in the period, have given up 2 in a row to Illinois State. This is Jablonski's 4th of the season. And you kind of get the feeling sometimes that has been an issue for Missouri State. Well, that's the tail end of it. We'll catch that in a second. And we'll get that border off for you. So Missouri State now finds themselves in trouble. Puck goes to Jablonski. To the corner. It is poked out to center ice and all the way down past Maddie's stick.
Illinois State goal scored by number 18, Chris Jablonski. Assisted by number 89, Andrew Van Dyke. And number 98, Daniel Sarnecki. Time of the goal, 2:22. Illinois State goal scored by Jablonski, assisted by Van Dyke and Sarnecki at 2:22.
So Sarnecki with his 2nd assist in a row on both goals. Jablonski with his 4th. And now here is a shot missing wide from Collada with 6 goals for the captain. And all the way in on goal where it's held onto by Wasilewski. Line change for both teams. Puck back to the Missouri State zone. They'll set it up again. 5-2 now. Lead to Thornton. Thornton with a shot wide. Nobody there for Missouri State, although racing over to keep it in with Sasha Perron, but it's out to center. But just as I mentioned, not to get complacent, Missouri State all of a sudden realizes there's more to this hockey game. So they give up a quick one. They give it up once again. Now it comes down in low, a shot, and holding off the net from Corcoran's attempt was Griffin, the southpaw. Near side boards once again. Sent down in low, comes to the corner. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. We're going to get a penalty. And it goes against Perron. It's a slashing call. So this will be power play number 4, and the RedBirds get a great opportunity here. We're on here in the third period. And we will update the score for you. It is 5-2 now. Again, I miss my statistician. He does it all for me. Well, not anymore.
Chaperon, 2 minutes for slashing at 4:34. Missouri State penalty on Perron, 2 minutes for slashing at 4:34.
So now the Ice Bears on the penalty kill again. They came in at 90%. Big save there as it was swiped at by Schwartz. He's in the middle, working some trouble. What they should do is keep Schwartz standing there the whole time. Big kid, he blocks everything. Puck cleared, though, by the Ice Bears. Now with 14:41 to go in the period. It's the Redbirds. They work it down in low once again. Getting upended was Collada and taken away all the way down. It's cleared by Alex Rubin, and Missouri State will change. They have the short bench for the change now, so that's a good thing for the Ice Bears. The long bench is Illinois State. Ice Bears intercept. Here might be a break. Hunter Saunders has 1 goal to his possession now. Saunders with a backhander in. It's blocked into the corner. Good save there by Wojciechowski. Wasilewski with a huge save there. Now the Ice Bears are on a defensive setup with 22 seconds to go. It'll come to Howie. Now right side. Howie with it again. Looking for some help. Waits, high slot, open alone is Corcoran. Now passing through is Ambrostat, and it went off of his stick. We come to the corner again. Good defensive play. Saunders is there, and he's able to bring it back down in low, but nobody there for Missouri State. Anderson, and getting double teamed and hit and knocked down in front was Howie. Actually, Jablonski, 18. It was him. Now Howie with the puck. Howie sends it up, intercepted by Missouri State. Power play is over. We're 5-on-5, and here come the Ice Bears, and a blast in, missing wide to the right side. That one by Thornton. Ice Bears work the puck at the line. They're able to gain possession. Sasha Perron. Perron shot, moved in, and off of a skate, Young will chase it down to the Missouri State zone. Kicked out by Reish. Moved to the far side, over to Richards, and sent in low. 12:28 to go in the third period. Missouri State, Barrett on the power play. Second power play goal of the season in the first. Then it was Barrett, his 9th. Bratton, Rubin. Bratton got his 5th. Rubin got his 6th. Salnikov got his 14th in the second. Van Dyke and Jablonski. And Van Dyke was in the second. Jablonski here in the third. Jablonski's second goal of the season. I take that back. Jablonski got his 4th. Van Dyke got his 2nd. And that's where we are right now with a 5-2 score. So Missouri State looking in 11:43 to go 2-0 in this showcase. But again, there's still 11:43 to play and a 3-goal lead. Out of their own zone. Goes to Hunter Cooley. Cooley sets it up. Left side shot. It's blocked. And Missouri State will get defensive and move it again quickly to Salnikov. Across the line into the zone. Tries to feed it to the corner. The B line is going to come on now as the Ice Bears change up. Barrett, the only one on. Here we come across the line for the captain, Robert Collada. Collada drops it in, swings it down low. It comes up the middle, and instead it's held onto by Griffin. That pass from behind. Now with 10:57 to go in the period. Other games from the out-of-town scoreboard, thanks to Dan Dow. Adrian 4, Syracuse 4. That's middle of the second period. And Rhode Island splits with Delaware. They take a 5-4 victory. Jablonski behind the net. He's checked by Johansson. Over to Van Dyke of ISU. RedBirds working it. Work down in low. The Ice Bears will have possession. The B line on with Jordan Bratton. He'll swing it all the way down in low. Now to Barrett. Travis Barrett waits up. 3 goals, 5 assists in 8 games. Prior, he had to the goal yesterday, he had no goals in 3 games. But he got one in yesterday's contest. Drive in, save, as that one came off the stick of Bratton. To the near side. And now to the far side. In the zone for Sarnicki. He'll drop it in low. Ice Bears out of their own zone. And they move it to O'Brien. Tips it out from Bratton to Barrett and sent right back in. Puck is flipped up and into the benches. We will have a line change, and both teams will make those changes. Missouri State will face Robert Morris University, Illinois. Their Gold Squad. That'll happen tomorrow. And tomorrow's game, a 5:40 contest, Central Time, on the West Rink. Here's Young. Young kicks it off to the corner. Works it behind the net. And it finally gets behind the net. Sent over the near side. Chris Brown's there. Brown finally has it. Can he clear it? No. It's an on goal and in! Oh, a shot that came from the left side. Right side as the goaltender looks at it. Trickled past Brady Griffin. It's now a 5-3 hockey game. And I said this early on, that Missouri State has to watch and not get complacent. Well, it looks like they're getting a little too complacent here. This one, you could kind of see it starting from the corner, and it's just a little chip shot that goes past Brady Griffin.
Illinois State goal scored by number 17, Jacob Ambrosin. Assisted by number 9, Matt Resch. And number 22, Anthony Corcoran. Time of the goal, 10:46. Illinois State goal scored by Ambrosin. Assisted by Resch.
Third straight, and now the Ice Bears are going to get called for a penalty. And this could go from bad to worse. Sasha Perron is called again. Power play number 5. That is the second in a row for Perron. Ambrostat gets credit for the goal, his second of the season. Resch and Corcoran. Puck to the near side. And cleared out.
Missouri State penalty to number 74, Sasha Perron. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 11:22. Missouri State penalty on Perron, 2 minutes for roughing.
There it is. Here's Collada behind the net. Wrap around in front, save. Rebound, score! Schwartz gets it. And they have come back to within 1. I mentioned about getting complacent, and I'll mention it again. But this is a power play goal. Schwartz with goal number 9 this season, his 4th power play. And Illinois State has made this a contest.
Timeout. Missouri State.
And Missouri State will take that timeout. And this one we'll see if we can take a look at that one more time. That is not the best look at that. Here's where the shot comes from. After it was just missed on the wraparound. So the Ice Bears give up the power play to Schwartz. And after the timeout, it is now a 5-4 game.
Illinois State goal scored by number 19, Adam Howie. Assisted by number 24, Nolan Jested. And number 98, Daniel Sarnecki. Time of that power play goal, 11:46. Illinois State goal scored by Howie. Assisted by Jested and Sarnecki at 11:46.
Well, maybe it was Howie then.
Missouri State penalty at number 74, Sasha Perron. A 10-minute misconduct at 11:46. Missouri State penalty on Perron, 10-minute misconduct at 11:46.
So the Ice Bears with 6 penalties, 20 minutes with the 10 to Perron. And we'll see if we can take a look at that one again and see just exactly who did get that one. And they got it wrong. That was not Howie's goal. I'm going to stick with Schwartz. Let's take a look at that again. But this is the penalty on the play on the wraparound, and the goal comes in, and that's fine at that point. But I'm going to stick with Schwartz. And it was actually Collada. I'm not sure where the officials got any of that. None of those assists match up. At any rate, it's 5-4. And now we have a different hockey game. Here come the Ice Bears again with Salnikov. Shot is blocked. And I don't think the Ice Bears are complacent anymore. They realize this has now gotten serious. Here's Salnikov across the line, broken up from him. He's too far in, so the Ice Bears will just dump it in and set things up again. Puck into the Missouri State zone to the near side. Flip down behind off the back of the net, out in front, and a save. The rebound is grabbed by Derek Smith. He'll get it around out of harm's way. Over to Barrett. Can he clear it? Well, with some help, he will hopefully be able to get it to Jordan Bratton. That can race it out to center. Bratton is upended, no penalty. Here comes Derek Smith. Breaks through 2. Smith with it. Left side, looking for some help. Ice Bears need a goal. Smith's shot missed wide. To the corner. Dropped down in low by Chad Lounder. Working it behind the net. Ice Bears, who at one point had a 5-0 lead, have now gotten caught at 5-4. Now we get an icing call. Last 4 goals by Illinois State. Van Dyke is second in the second period. Jablonski, his 4th in the third. Ambrostat, his 2nd. And I'm going to stick with Schwartz, his 9th. And they didn't give the time on that one. But it came around and I'm not sure how much time is on the clock. It's hard to see. But it came around the 9-something mark. Now the Ice Bears are able to move it. to Maddie. Schumacher gets it to Sollenbach, and back in the Missouri State end. We will get a whistle for a stoppage play on the icing and bring it back. Not sure if you can get a shot of the scoreboard. We can see what time it is. Maybe 5:02? Looks like 5:02 left here in this third period. So Illinois State 1 for 5 on the power play. Missouri State 50%. They're 1 for 2. Puck behind the net. Off the boards again. A 5-4 lead for Missouri State. Near side. To the far side and out to center. And enough for Schumacher not to clear it. It did not get cleared. It's held in. Shot in, saved by Griffin. Rebound to the corner. Young was able to hold that in, and the Ice Bears did not get the puck cleared. Now, more hitting going on as Salnikov gets hit. Puck cleared to the point and kicked out to center ice by Maddie. Now to Salnikov. Passes over to Rubin. Salnikov needs to change. He's the only one that hasn't yet, and finally the Ice Bears will change, especially on defense. They get a fresh set of legs out there. Cooley with a high stick. Puck to the corner. And now out to center. To Salnikov. He shoots. It's blocked. Hits a skate. Sent down in low to Cooley. Spins around looking for some help. Nobody there. Cut off by Glennon of ISU. To the corner to Brown. He shoots. Missed wide. Out to center, and that pass was broken up. Ice Bears will send it right back. They turn and burn the other way. Off of Kovic's stick. Now to Glennon. ISU working it to Kavanaugh. RedBirds trail by 1. Now they have some room. Here's Van Dyke up the middle, in front, save, score! Jablonski after the save puts it in. We're tied at 5-5. And they have come back, has ISU, here in the third period. 5th goal, 2nd of the game for Jablonski. And it's 5-5. This one again, up the middle and off to the side of the net. Jablonski puts it in, and we're at 5-5.
Illinois State goals scored by number 18, Chris Jablonski. Assisted by number 89, Andrew Van Dyke. And number 98, Daniel Sarnecki. Time of the goal, 16:50. Illinois State goals scored by Jablonski. Assisted by Van Dyke and Sarnecki. At 16:50.
Sarnecki's 3rd assist, and as the puck gets tipped in by O'Brien, it goes up over the net and hits the glass. We are at 5-5, and now looking as the play continues, but it comes in the zone. Now see if you can get a shot. Here come the players for Robert Morris, Illinois. They saw was a 5-1 lead. They come back after their period, and they look to see the game is 5-5. Now they probably don't feel as bad after a 4-1 loss yesterday. Shots are still 37-26 in favor of Missouri State, but it's a 5-5 contest. 5 straight goals by Illinois State. 1 started in the second period, and the rest of them have been here in the third, and we're at 5-5. So we are getting down to 2:01 left in this game. Too far for Salnikov. Puck in, save, rebound, loose. And on the second effort attempt, it's covered up and held on to by Wasilewski. Barrett twice, once on the power play. Bratton, Rubin, Salnikov. Then Van Dyke makes it 5-1. Jablonski, Ambrostat, Schwartz, and Jablonski. And I'm going to keep that one with Schwartz on the power play. Puck cleared in the Missouri State zone. This should be icing. It is. Racing hard to make sure it was Brian Schumacher. Dandale is watching. 3 straight text messages. And I'll spare you the details. He's shocked, I think, as all Ice Bear fans are right now. 5-5 in this game after a 5-0 hockey lead for the Ice Bears. Puck is grabbed down. That should have been a hand pass. It is. Hand pass will keep it in the zone. 5-5. Yes, you heard that right. Missouri State 14-2-2 on the season, and Illinois State just 3-9-1. They don't really care about that record at this point. All they care about is what they've been doing here in this third period to Missouri State. Ice Bears in their own zone. Johansson with a pass up the middle to Kovacic, off of his stick and sent right back in, but it is gloved with a hand and cleared to the corner by Schumacher.
In the third period, 1 minute.
So we're down to 1 minute. Puck out to center. Oh, here's a nice move. Working it is Howie. 2-on-1. Come in front. Drive and a save as Van Dyke got it in a big save into the corner. On the 2-on-1, the Ice Bears have given up. In the middle again. It is finally cleared out to center. That was close. Puck off of a skate, no icing. Now with 20 seconds, we will go into overtime. And then it swung all the way around, and then we'll go to a shootout. I believe. Puck up the middle and just missed wide as again Jablonski had a great opportunity. Missouri State defensively in kind of a breakdown right now, and the period has expired. Shots on goal in the period. Missouri State with just 8. And 14 that Illinois State was able to put on Brady Griffin. So the Ice Bears, 5 straight they have given up. We'll take a look at the showcase details. There will be a 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes and then a shootout. So the Ice Bears now will be shooting towards us in this overtime. And right now, shooting towards us has been more successful. Three on 3. So Corcoran, Van Dyke, and Howie for ISU. For Missouri State, it's Barrett, Bratton, and it looks like Brown will be the defenseman. So here we go as we are in OT. So the Ice Bears in OT will work the puck. Given up to Corcoran. Shot comes in, score! The first shot of the game of the overtime, and Illinois State has come back. They complete a 6-goal comeback, and they beat Missouri State in overtime. 6-5. And a complete comeback. And I'm sure there are a lot of shocked fans here. The play starts by Corcoran, and he may have finished it off. And Illinois State will take the victory. Going to call it Corcoran's goal right now. He was the last one to touch it. This one just 26 seconds into overtime.
Illinois State goal, scored by number 22, Anthony Corcoran. Assisted by number 19, Adam Howie, at 26 seconds in overtime. Illinois State goal, scored by Corcoran, assisted by Howie. The game winner with 26 seconds in overtime.
So the final score, 6-5, and it was Corcoran's first of the season. And Missouri State ends up losing this contest. First goal of the game, Barrett on the power play. Actually, I take that back. That is not the first goal of the game. This one is Barrett on the power play. And Missouri State takes the 1-0 advantage. Then Barrett gets his second one, this one not on the power play, at 2:08 of the second. And Missouri State looking very well. They have a 2-0 lead. Jordan Bratton makes it 3-0 at 2:54, and as quick as that is, the Ice Bears are sitting pretty. Then it's Alex Rubin, 3:47, his 6th. And everything going well for Missouri State. Nikita Salnikov says, let me get on the action at 10:19, his 14th. Cooley and Kovacic with the assist. It's 5-0 Missouri State. But then things start to kind of fall apart for the Ice Bears. Van Dyke gets a goal. This one, as he breaks in all alone, and all of a sudden it's 5-1. Then Jablonski, after the Ice Bears kind of had trouble clearing the puck, it's stolen, and he makes it a 5-2 game. Ambrostat gets into the scoring. This one again as the Ice Bears have problems. This one from the right point just trickles past Griffin, and everything coming up roses right now. And so Jablonski makes it a 5-3 game, or a 5-2 game, that is. Then 5-3. And all of a sudden, on Schwartz's goal on the power play, things starting to get a little hairy, and then it's 5-4. That one makes it 5-5. And then the goal in overtime, Corcoran. That'll do it. And Missouri State, 6-5 final. The Ice Bears fall to Illinois State. Power plays, the Ice Bears were 1 for 2, and 1 for 5 were the Redbirds. Missouri State now 14-3-2, and 4-9-1 are the Illinois State University Redbirds. Well, that'll do it here from the Edge Ice Arena, as the Ice Bears are now 1-1 in this showcase. I'm Steve Casson for Alex Somm. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll have another game for you. We hope you'll join us right here on Web Sports Radio. Ice Bears lose 6-5. Until tomorrow, good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.